Dear viewers, brothers and sisters, if you've ever dreamed of speaking English with confidence but felt stuck, lost, or overwhelmed, this episode is for you. Today, we're diving into the real strategies that actually work, how to stay motivated, make English a part of your thinking, and finally speak fluently without fear. And I'm not alone today. I have a wonderful co-host with me, a friend, a mentor to many, and an expert in English communication and personal development. Please welcome Jake.
Thank you so much, Isabella. And hello to all of our amazing listeners. I'm excited to be here because this topic is incredibly close to my heart. Confidence is the invisible thread that connects everything in language learning. And today, we're going to uncover that thread and make it visible for you.
Jake, why do you think focus is so underrated yet essential for language learners?
That's a fantastic place to begin. You know, Isabella, the human brain is powerful, but it's also limited in what it can process at once. When we try to juggle English practice while scrolling through social media or watching television in our native language, we split our attention. True learning happens when we're deliberately focused. Think of it like sunlight. Diffuse light warms you, but focused light can cut through steel. If students could commit even 30 focused minutes a day with no distractions, the results would be life-changing.
That's so true. And I love that saying, "I don't have time" really means I choose not to do this. That hit me hard.
Yes, it's not judgmental, it's empowering. When we realize that we choose how we spend our time, we gain control over our growth. And when we focus, we respect our goal.
Let's talk about one of the most powerful truths, the marathon mentality. Keith said that language learning is not a quick sprint. Why does this perspective matter so much?
Oh yes, social media often gives us the illusion that you can speak English in 30 days. But that's just not how language acquisition works. Think about any big achievement. Whether it's playing guitar, losing weight, or building a business, it takes consistent effort. With English, it's the same. We must fall in love with the process.
And the beauty is when you see it as a marathon, every little step matters. Even mistakes become part of the journey.
Exactly. Mistakes aren't failures. They're evidence that you're growing. Let's talk motivation. That setting specific and realistic goals is a great way to fuel motivation. Can you explain how this works psychologically?
Let's talk motivation. That setting specific and realistic goals is a great way to fuel motivation. Can you explain how this works psychologically?
Definitely. When learners say, "I want to be fluent," that's admirable, but vague. The brain doesn't know how to act on vague goals. Now, if you say, "I want to be able to order food confidently in English by next month," that's specific. It gives your mind a target. Psychologically, this taps into something called the goal gradient effect. When we can see progress, we feel motivated. That's why small, clear milestones are better than one huge, blurry dream.
That's such a game changer. Students, write your goals. Make them visual. One small win after another leads to big transformation. This brings us to another gem from the video, breaking big goals into small steps. Why does this strategy work so well, Jake?
Because the brain loves completion. When you check something off your list, your brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical. So, instead of saying, "I'll study English," break it down. "Today I'll watch a 5-minute video and write down 3 new words." This way, success becomes measurable. And when you complete small tasks, you train your mind to trust your process.
That makes it so much less scary, right?
Exactly. Learning becomes a series of small wins, not a mountain you have to climb in one day.
Now this one is huge. Practice beats passive study. How much emphasis is needed on this? Can you elaborate?
Absolutely. You can memorize 1,000 vocabulary words, but if you never use them, they stay locked in your brain. Fluency comes from doing. It's like swimming. You can read about it, watch others, but until you jump in, you don't feel it. Speaking English, writing daily, shadowing native speakers, these are the keys to confidence.
So true. And even if students feel shy, I always say, talk to yourself, talk to your pet, record your voice. It builds fluency muscle.
Yes, fluency is a muscle, not a memory. You have to train it.
The next topic is reviewing. What's the science behind reviewing?
Great question. According to the curve, we forget up to 70% of what we learn within 24 hours if we don't review. That's shocking, right? But here's the good news. By reviewing material within 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, we beat the curve. This is called spaced repetition, and it locks knowledge into long-term memory.
So instead of cramming, students should review often?
Exactly. It's not about learning more, it's about remembering better.
One thing really struck me, that you can't walk this journey alone. Why is communication with others so important when learning a language?
Because learning is emotional. We need encouragement, laughter, shared struggles. Being part of a community makes you feel seen. Whether it's a class, a WhatsApp group, or a speaking partner, find your tribe. Your motivation will double, and your fear will shrink.
Agree 100%. I've seen shy students bloom simply by joining a group.
That's the magic of human connection.
Jake, let's talk about something that makes many learners feel insecure, their accent. Why do so many people feel like they need to sound exactly like a native speaker?
Oh, that's such a common trap, Isabella. And here's the truth. You don't need a native accent to speak amazing English. You need to be clear, confident, and natural. The real goal is communication, not imitation.
So clarity is more important than perfection?
Exactly. Think of it like this. Clear is better than native. Your accent tells your story. Work on pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm, but don't erase your identity.
I love that. So it's about owning your voice and speaking with confidence. Okay, so let's say someone knows they need to practice, but they keep losing motivation. Is there a daily habit or toolkit they can use?
Absolutely. I call it the Confidence Toolkit, and it's made of 3 parts. Part 1. Affirmations. Remind yourself daily. I am becoming a fluent English speaker. Part 2. Mirror talk. Look in the mirror and speak 1 minute of English. It builds trust in your own voice. Part 3. Progress log. Write down what you practiced today. Even 10 minutes counts.
That's simple, but powerful. I think keeping a log is underrated. It shows you're growing.
Exactly. And when motivation dips, your log reminds you how far you've come.
Let's talk about something I recently tried. Shadowing. I watched a TED Talk, paused after each line, and repeated the speaker's words with the same emotion. It felt amazing.
That's one of my favorite exercises. Shadowing helps you train your speaking muscles, rhythm, and flow. You don't just speak the words, you embody them.
How often should someone do it?
Even 5 minutes a day can build fluency. Pick short videos, TED, movies, podcasts, and mimic tone, pace, and pauses. You're literally rewiring your speaking brain.
Now here's a challenge. Talking to strangers in English. Terrifying, right?
Definitely at first. But here's the truth. Fluency lives outside your comfort zone. Every time you say, "Hi, how are you?" to a stranger in English, you grow a little.
I once ordered coffee in English at a cafe abroad. My voice shook, but the barista smiled and replied kindly. It was a small moment, but it stayed with me.
Those moments are gold. Talk to waiters, tourists, language exchange partners. Not perfect? Who cares? Real English is messy and beautiful.
Some learners hit a wall, that intermediate plateau where nothing seems to improve. How do you break through that?
Great question. First, understand the plateau is normal. Then try this. Number 1. Change your method. If you're stuck watching videos, try writing or speaking more. Number 2. Add new challenges. Start a blog. Do voice messages. Teach a friend. Number 3. Track improvement. Make short weekly speaking videos and watch your growth.
So mix it up and measure it?
Exactly. When you get bored, your brain checks out. Change the game, and the brain wakes up again.
Okay, let's talk tech. You always say our phones can help us speak better English. How?
Oh, your phone is your secret weapon. Here's how. 1. Use voice memos to record 1-minute daily thoughts in English. 2. Use speech-to-text apps like Google Voice to test pronunciation. 3. Join English-speaking WhatsApp or Telegram groups. 4. Use AI voice bots talk. Get feedback. Repeat.
I love that. No more excuses. Your classroom is in your pocket.
Exactly. Turn your screen time into speaking time.
We touched on progress logs earlier, but how do you really measure fluency?
Great question. I call it your speaking GPS because it tells you where you are and where to go. Here's how to track fluency. Number 1. Record yourself weekly and review. Number 2. Set micro goals like talk about my weekend for 2 minutes. Number 3. Rate your confidence from 1 to 10 each week.
So, fluency isn't a destination, it's a journey with checkpoints?
Exactly. If you don't track it, you'll feel lost, even when you're moving forward.
Final segment, Jake. Let's talk about tying it all together. How do learners connect grammar, vocab, and speaking?
Love this topic. Think of fluency like weaving a thread. Grammar gives structure, vocabulary gives color. Speaking brings it all to life.
How do they practice that?
Do this. Pick one new word. Use it in 3 real-life sentences. Record yourself speaking them. Add 1 grammar rule, like using past tense or modal verbs.
So, you're not studying words, you're living them.
Exactly. That's how learners go from knowing English to owning it.
To everyone listening, thank you. We hope this conversation gave you not just tips, but inspiration. Remember, you are capable of becoming the confident English speaker you dream of being. One step at a time, one word at a time.
And always be kind to yourself on the journey. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode.